Hey friends, happy Friday. Good Friday, 15th of April. I'm Father Bill Hill, one of the priests at Holy Spirit Catholic Community in Rock Springs, Wyoming. It's good for us to take a moment and to pray together on this somber day. Reminder that today for Catholics is a day of fasting and a day of abstaining from meat. And certainly on this day of our remembrance of the Lord's death, a good day for us to be engaged in various acts of penance. Be praying for people who do penance just because of the circumstances of their lives and the sufferings that they experience, not because of any spiritual practice. Let's see. We have the liturgy of Good Friday today at noon. In English, it'll be over at Our Lady of Sorrows. At 3 o'clock here at SCM, we'll be doing the beginning of the Divine Mercy Novena. And at 6 o'clock tonight at the Broadway Theater, our Spanish-speaking community will lead us in the Passion of the Christ. English translation will be available up on screens, so we ought to be able to participate in it. Don't worry too much about language, right, friends? Okay, very good. We have the fourth. I'll give you reflection on the readings. The readings are linked on the sidebar. Read them prayerfully, turn off the screens. We have the fourth prophecy of the suffering servant in Isaiah. It's the longest of the prophecies. The entire thing is resonant and speaks of our understanding of Jesus. I perhaps would invite you to pray into the words of the second paragraph, right? There was in him no stately bearing to make us look at him, nor appearance that would attract us to him. He was spurned and avoided by people, a man of suffering, accustomed to infirmity. One of those from whom people hide their faces, spurned, and we held him in no esteem. You know, and we have a culture that prizes beauty, as do many, a culture of self-esteem and, praise of others. And perhaps that would be a place to just recognize Jesus, not beautiful, not a stately bearing, not one of those attractive ones that's on the screens, right? You think about all of our artistic renderings of Jesus, whether they're pictures or paintings or drawings or movies, they're always Jesus in an attractive way. But to imagine that Jesus is absolutely one of us and one who is held in no esteem, that people physically and literally turn their faces from, that might be a place of prayer. There are plenty of other things in this passage of Isaiah that might draw us to him. I hear that picked up in the second reading from Hebrews, that Jesus sympathizes with us in our weaknesses. And there, don't think of sympathy as, they're there, oh, it's okay. But Jesus, who knows our weaknesses, he himself has been tried in every way, though without sin, as the letter to the Hebrews would say, to just know and to trust that whatever those pains, those difficulties, those weaknesses in us are, that Jesus himself knows them, this man of infirmities, to connect ourselves with him. The gospel, it's long. It is the Passion. It's John's gospel. And so just read it. See what strikes you. What I oftentimes am drawn to in this, pay attention to the voice of Jesus, right? A legion, 100 Roman soldiers come to arrest him. These are battle-tried, the shock troopers of their age. And Jesus says the divine name, I am. And they all fall down, stunned at the divine name. And if it were me, that's when I would head for the hills and I'd run off. Except Jesus just stands there and he waits, whistling, hanging out. And then they slowly come to and shake themselves awake and stand up and rearray themselves in battle or arrest formation and prepare themselves again to attempt to arrest Jesus. Again, in John's gospel, so often Jesus is in absolute control. But this is Jesus who has been made weak for us, who is bearing our afflictions. Even in that moment, as even by his voice, he controls the legions. He stands there to walk towards this place of suffering, debasement, and passion. All right, see what stirs in you as you read these readings, and turn off your screen. Connect with the Lord. Let's find all sorts of different ways in our own suffering and our own pain to walk with Jesus today. Let's Let's be praying for folks that suffer and struggle. God bless you, friends.